Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Tarannum Salman. The headlines. Pakistan has urged World Bank to fulfill its responsibility regarding resolution of water-related disputes between Pakistan and India. The Prime Minister says the government has started 36 projects relating to public welfare and economic development as part of implementing its manifesto. The Senate was informed today that remittances this year will increase to $22 billion. 5 persons, including 2 FC personnel, were martyred when an improvised explosive device hit their vehicle at Harnai today. United Nations says millions of dollars are needed to help hundreds of seriously injured people in Gaza. And North Korea has fired another projectile after less than a week it tested several short-range missiles. And now the news in detail. The Foreign Office has urged the World Bank to fulfill its responsibility regarding impanelment of Court of Arbitration for resolution of water-related disputes between Pakistan and India. At his weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal reacted strongly to the recent statements of Indian leadership on the Indus Water Treaty. The spokesperson said both Pakistan and India are signatory to the treaty but regretted that New Delhi is violating it. He said, "We are involved in the dispute resolution mechanism in the World Bank but lamented that the matter has not been sorted out." The spokesperson said Pakistan desires that the Indus Water Treaty remains intact and its dispute resolution mechanism moves forward. The spokesperson reiterated that Pakistan desires better relations with India. To a question, Dr. Mohammad Faisal said that Pakistan has consistently been raising the Kashmir dispute at all the international forums to highlight the plight of oppressed Kashmiri people. Prime Minister Imran Khan has emphasized the need to effectively highlight the important projects started by the government for public welfare in order to ensure participation of people. He was chairing a meeting in Islamabad today that overviewed the steps taken by different public sector departments in connection with corporate social responsibility. The Prime Minister said the government started 36 projects relating to public welfare and economic development in a brief period of 8 months as part of implementing its manifesto. The Prime Minister said a comprehensive and detailed program for poverty alleviation titled Ehsaas was started for the first time in the history of the country. This program will not only help in fulfilling the obligations of state with respect to provision of health, education and employment facilities, but also ensure the organized and integrated use of government resources for public welfare. Imran Khan said the leading public welfare projects include highlighting tourism potential of the country at national and international level, system of local government to truly empower the people. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says new visa policy is yielding positive results. Chairing a meeting to review the foreign policy challenges, progress and the desired objectives in Islamabad today, he stressed the need for making economic diplomacy effective to bring foreign investment to the country. He said all the Pakistani embassies have been given clear instructions for welfare of overseas Pakistanis and immediate redressal of their problems. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said consular section at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been digitized so that people could be fully facilitated in attestation of their documents. The Senate was informed today that remittances this year will increase to $22 billion, breaking the stagnant mode of the previous years. Minister of State for Revenue Hamad Azhar told the House during question hour that exports have increased to $25 billion and the government is committed to enhance them further to strengthen the economy. He said work on NFC award is underway and the government is committed to provide due share to the erstwhile FATA. Responding to a question regarding inflation, the Minister of State said inflation rate in April reduced to 8.8% from 9.4% in March. He said talks with the IMF are at the final stage and its details will soon be shared with the Parliament. Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Muhammad Khan has urged private channels not to broadcast indecent programs in the name of Ramadan transmission. He was responding to a question in the National Assembly during question hour. The Minister of State said PEMRA monitors contents of about 55 private channels to check that they are not involved in obscenity, anti-Islamic teachings and institutions of the country. He said the government is not against private channels to earn money, but they should take care of Pakistani culture and Islamic traditions in their content. This is Radio Pakistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi says the nation is all-time ready to defend the country. He expressed these views during a telephonic contact with heirs of last Naiks Muhammad Ali and Nazir Khan, who were martyred in a terrorist attack on the Pak-Afghan border. The president said the sacrifices of those will always be remembered who laid down their lives for the motherland. 5 persons, including 2 FC personnel, were martyred and 1 was injured in Harnai today when an improvised explosive device hit their vehicle. According to FC sources, the vehicle was returning from Khost, where some unknown gunmen opened fire on the miners. In occupied Kashmir, senior APHC leader Muhammad Ashraf Serai has said that the rejection of Indian parliamentary elections by Kashmiris gave a stern message that they are only interested in the final settlement of the Kashmir dispute. In a statement, he said time has come for the world to address the dispute by allowing the people of Kashmir to decide their political future as per their aspirations. Meanwhile, India's National Investigation Agency has again summoned Hurriyat leader Zafar Akbar Butt to its New Delhi office on Saturday for questioning. Indian troops launched cordon and search operations in different areas of Baramulla, Pulwama and Gandarbal districts, causing huge inconvenience to the local people. The United Nations says millions of US dollars are needed in Gaza to help some 1,700 seriously injured people. Talking to media in Geneva, the UN humanitarian coordinator for the occupied Palestinian territory, Jamie McGoldrick, said that health structures in Gaza are in bad shape and urgent support is needed to save lives. He said the situation has been made worse by chronically high youth unemployment. In Sudan, opposition leaders have threatened to launch a nationwide civil disobedience movement after accusing the military council of delaying transfer of power to civilians. According to media reports, both the sides have disagreed on several key terms. The military leaders are warning about holding elections in 6 months if an agreement cannot be reached with the opposition. In Syria, forces loyal to President Bashar al-Assad have captured a strategically located village in northwest of the country in Hama province. The pro-government central military media said that the troops have entered Kefar Nabuda. In the second one-day international against Pakistan women at Potchefstroom, South Africa women were 113 for the loss of 2 wickets in 28 overs a short while ago. Earlier, Pakistan women were bowled out for 147 in 47 overs. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very hot in South Punjab and Sindh during the next 24 hours. However, dust, thunderstorm, rain is expected at isolated places in Malakand, Hazara, Peshawar, Kohad, Bannu, Diyai Khan, Kalat, Gujranwala, Sargodha, Rawalpindi, Sahiwal, Multan, Bahawalpur divisions, Islamabad, Gilgit, Baltistan and Kashmir during evening and night. And before we end the bulletin, here once again are some of the headlines. Pakistan has urged World Bank to fulfill its responsibility regarding resolution of water-related disputes between Pakistan and India. The Prime Minister says the government has started 36 projects relating to public welfare and economic development as part of implementing its manifesto. The Senate was informed today that remittances this year will increase to $22 billion. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.